Shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Shem Kakodash. Double honors unto the elders and apostles, a great millstone. Salutation to you, Archeums, for sharing this word in sincerity and truth. This is your brother Yasad, back at you with another lesson, will not edifying to the spirit and power of Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai. So basically, this here is just a lesson. Self-examination is very important, right? Because sometimes we tend to go off in the flesh and we could even offend our brother or deal in a certain way that wasn't too pleasing unto our brother. So that's why we ought to always examine ourselves, right? So I'll bring out first 2 Corinthians 13 and 5. It says, examine yourself, whether ye be in the faith, prove your own selves. And how we proving we own selves is literally making this a part of us, because the scripture say, well, we are not in darkness, but we in the light now. So if we say that we of the light, we ought to show the attributes of the light of being a part of Yahushua being, a part in our mind, right? So we doing the things that Yahushua would do, which would be according things that is according to righteousness. It's in know ye not yourselves how that Yahushua, your Mashiach, is in you, except ye be reprobates. And we don't want to be reprobates, So that is where self-examination is very important, because sometimes you do fall short. Or a brother had pull you up, Sometimes you do fall short. Or a brother had to pull you up. So when your brother come and he as the scripture say, when a man fall, he that is spiritual restore unto him, And there's in the book of Galatians. Let's bring that. Bear with me just for a moment. Galatians 6 and 1. It says, brethren, if a man be overtaken in a fault, ye which are spiritual restore such an one in the spirit of meekness, considering thyself, lest thou be tempted. And reason being, I bring out this is because a brother could pull you up on a fault that you even pick up with, or you may have just been stubborn about it, and you didn't want to really check that, because we being plagued through mind right too, and sometimes spirits come where you doesn't care fight it off on your own. So sometimes a brother might pull you up on it and come in a way where, and you watch it, the way the brother see it, and you look to change it, because you say, hey, I off on that, Salakia, and you're examining yourself to make sure that you're not being prey to that anymore. So self-examination is very important. The book of Lamentations 3 and 4. It says 3 and 40. It says, let us search and try our ways and turn again to the Lord. So this is what we always have to keep doing, and it's very important. And sometimes too, you might have to pray for certain things. You might have to pray because you you might have a spirit towards certain things, and then certain things, you literally had to pray to Yahweh Shem Yeshai to get the spirit to be, for example, to had a pray for, the Lord, give me the fear of the Lord upon me. Give me give me the zeal and a love for the brotherhood, that I'll go all the way out for my brothers, certain things you just had to pray for in the flesh, right? And you always have to constantly examine yourself. It says, let us search and try our ways. But sometimes your ways mightn't be pleasing, whereby you examine yourself and you see ways. I don't like how I deal with my brother today, I deal with my brother real off. I had to change that. I had to change a selfish way about myself. I had to change that, thinking about, it's just about me and not thinking about my brother. Because the scripture speak about them things in Matthew 25. Matthew 25. Because there's very much importance uh, uh, what you do unto your brother, right? The scripture here speak about the way you do unto your brother, thy way do unto the Lord. Matthew 25:34. It says, then shall the king say unto them on his right hand, come ye blessed of my father, inherit the kingdom prepared for you from the foundation of the world. For I was an hungered, and he gave me meat, and ye gave me meat. I was thirsty, and ye gave me drink. I was a stranger, and ye took me in. Naked, and ye clothed me. I was sick, and he visited me. I was in prison, and he came unto me. Then shall the righteous answer him, saying, Lord, when saw we thee a hungered, and fed thee, or thirsty, and gave thee drink? When saw we thee a stranger, and took thee in, or naked, and clothed thee? Or when saw we thee sick or in prison, and came unto thee? And the king answered and said unto them, verily I say unto you, inasmuch as ye have done it unto one of the least of my brethren, ye have done it unto me. So the same brother, keeping the faith with you, the same brother's wife, that sister, yeah, so we have to be careful of how we deal amongst the brothers and the brotherhood. We ought to be very, very careful, right? Because even the Lord say, who are my mother or my brethren? I'm gonna get an account. Matthew 12 and verses 48. It said, but he answered and said unto him that told him, who is my mother, and where are my brethren? And he stretched forth his hand towards his disciples. So they that in the faith, they that keep in the law, statutes, and commandments to the best of their ability, and following along the instruction left by the Lord, they are the brethren, they are our family. It said, and said, behold, my mother and my brethren, for whosoever shall do the will of my Father which is in heaven, the same is my brother and my sister and my mother. So we ought to be very careful of how we deal amongst each other, and this even direct firstly to myself, because sometimes you just do catch yourself in the act of dealing unjustly with a brother, and your conscience might beat you. right? So sometimes it do happen. So you ought to go and tell that brother Salakia and examine yourself and make sure not to do that again to offend a brother in that way, or to, you know. Um, now we're going to precept here, 1 Corinthians 11:28. Let's see. But let a man examine himself, and so let him eat of that bread and drink of that cup. For he that eateth and drinketh unworthily eateth and drinketh damnation to himself, not discerning the Lord's body. Right? So yeah, we, because being, in this truth, you had to do this thing wholeheartedly, and examine yourself and make sure, well, you're on point, because it's damnation unto you if you being a hypocrite, right? It speak about how um the Lord say, I know you not. So one time a calamity come, um the Lord not gonna deliver you. You're gonna be taken by the plagues and all these things, because you didn't examine yourself. You're unworthily, you're being a hypocrite all the time and just hiding amongst the brotherhood, when he was just a wicked guy in the world still. So we don't wanna be taken by that. So that's why we ought to correct ourselves and make sure that we on the right path. Right? The Lord said, oh, if this is how you're gonna know that that you is his disciples, the brotherhood, the brotherhood, the brotherhood. John 13:35. Let's say, by this shall all men know that now start at 34. It say, a new commandment I give unto you, that ye love one another, as I have loved you, and that ye also love one another. Yeah, so we had to think of our brothers as they how shy, and sometimes we even had to pray for the spirit, that we do that, because sometimes this flesh is fight here, and the self the selfish ways is sometimes is come out. That's that selfish spirit. Are you just thinking about yourself? So we had to fight over them spirits, you know. Poor brother first. The scripture say, I must decrease that he may increase. It say, by this shall all men know that ye are my disciples, if ye have love one to another. So that love had to be shown, you know. You trying, your best, putting your best foot forward for your brother. 1 Peter 2:17. It say, honor all men, love the brotherhood, fear Yahweh, honor the king. So loving the brotherhood, because we know by we love showing the love to the brotherhood is us showing love to Yahweh Shai. And that is whereby, that is where you're clothing, you're feeding, you're tending to the Lord there, by tending to his brethren, his church, his body. Well, hopefully this little short lesson was edifying. Double honors unto the elders and apostles, a great millstone. Salutation to you, Archeums, pushing this word in sincerity and truth. Until the next one, shalom.